Hello, everyone, and welcome to the TIG Talks podcast. I'm Matthew. With us today, we've got Robbie, Ross, and Davon. How are you all going this week?
We're good.
I'm good.
I can't speak for all of us. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm not bad.
Yeah, how
Sorry, what did you say there, Davon? I couldn't hear you. You were all interrupting each other.
I said I'm finer than Froghead, split 4 ways and sanded down.
I
don't
have
know what
no
that
idea.
means.
Yeah,
I'm going to ignore what you said. I regret asking you now.
Oh, shit.
I'm upset. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking, guys.
Shit. Damn it. That's what happens when you don't go one by one. We're all excited to talk.
We're all like,
It's
I don't know
either
what's happening.
Everyone asks or no one asks. And it's funnier if no one asks. I much prefer this way of doing it. What have we got for this podcast? We've got games to play and talk about those. And then we've got news. Am I right?
Yep, we got a bit of
Alright.
news. We have some news.
We've also got... What else is there?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Might give away a game at the end of it.
Oh, that's pretty
Ooh.
cool.
Yeah, let's do that.
Far out.
Stay tuned for that.
Bloody
Can
hell.
I win it?
Can you win it? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Probably
I'm gonna
not.
beat everyone else. I'm gonna do it before the podcast gets published. Get on.
Yeah, Robbie, can I win it?
Nah, just Davon.
Oh, okay. All
So
right. I understand. He did ask first.
he did. Yeah, so it's fine.
Fair enough. Well, has anyone played anything that they want to talk about real badly? They want to get off their chest? Anyone? No?
No,
I was waiting for you to stop
Because-
talking.
You can talk
Oh,
about
sorry.
whatever SMT you've been playing this week.
Yeah,
Matt.
I will.
Okay, but to hold back
Go ahead.
that debate and that lecture, I've been playing Dark Souls Remastered is one of the games I've been playing.
Well, me too.
It's all right.
It's the same game again.
It's exactly the same game. They've done
Oh wait,
almost
no,
nothing to it.
that's not technically true. They added another bonfire,
Oh yeah, they did do that.
and they
Well,
there's a couple of other changes, like very very minor.
Isn't that the bonfire in like the woods, like at the very beginning of the woods?
I have literally no idea because I haven't found it.
All right. Well, basically, there's a bonfire behind an invisible wall. So
Oh
it's
no,
not
that's
even-
always been there. That's always
All
been
right.
there.
I was gonna say because it's not even like it's fucking. You know it's there.
Nah,
I was like,
nah,
what
nah.
the fuck,
That one's always there.
man? Fuck that game. It's so bullshit.
You just
I
gotta roll.
hate that dumb butterfly.
That butterfly is easy, dude. That butterfly.
It's just because I'm super impatient and I'm also fat rolling because I don't have a high enough stamina. And
wow.
yeah.
That's
Never
not
fat
good.
roll.
Yeah, I just take all my armor off and I put the controller down, and then I look at something else, and then when I see the butterfly light up, I pick it up and just mash B. That's all I do. It's real nothing boss fight.
I got
I'm thinking too hard
nowhere
about
near.
this.
I got nowhere near far enough in Dead Souls to even know what any of this means.
Dead Souls.
Dead Souls?
Yeah, that's what we're
Is
talking
it
about,
Dark
right?
Souls.
No,
Yeah,
Dead
Dark
Souls.
Is that the Yakuza game, Dead Souls? Yakuza
Is
Dead
that
Souls?
is that the game that came before Dark Souls? Dead Souls.
Demons?
There's
Yeah,
Demon
Demons.
Souls.
I know.
Demons
Demon Boy.
Duck?
Yeah, and Dolan Duck Souls.
Dolan Duck Souls. I remember
Well,
the
good out.
first. I remember the first Kingsfield 2. That was on the PS3.
If it's the first Kingsfield, how is it Kingsfield 2?
Because I don't know.
Actually, yeah, good point.
Oh shit.
Why would I?
There we go.
It's like how the first Star Wars movie is Star Wars 4. It's
It
dumb.
was not. It was just called Star Wars at first.
Is that true?
Yeah,
Is
it
that
was just
real?
called Star Wars. Yeah.
That's weird. When did they?
It's re-
When did they? make
After
the
it became a success, because they had two different plans.
Oh.
If it went like sideways and Star Wars wasn't a success, they had like a sequel film planned that was super low budget. There's like a whole movie about it, and Yoda ends up plummeting the Death Star into a planet to take out the Emperor, and Darth Vader. It's real fucked.
Didn't
Good
they?
night, Ewoks.
Didn't they end up releasing that as a novel as well? There was like a spin-off novel. I think I remember reading.
That seems.
Probably, but it's probably not
Maybe.
canon anymore.
Yeah, probably not.
Just like how
I doubt it would have been canon at all.
Just like how Bigger Luke and Luke aren't canon anymore.
now Star Lord isn't canon either, or whatever. It's Star Killer.
Yeah. Do you guys know about Bigger Luke and Luke?
Are they the sons or whatever?
No,
so
babies?
there was
Bigger
Big Luke.
Luke.
Yeah.
Bigger Luke is that Mark Hamill had to wear things in his shoes that would make him slightly taller so that he'd be perfectly in shot with like Harrison Ford and Chewie and shit, which means that in different scenes, depending on the angle, he's different heights.
Oh, that's not good.
Leading to the theory that there's two Lukes, Luke and Bigger Luke.
But it
Oh
was
no!
it was only like they did it and then they kind of forgot to do it in some shots. So it was like
So it's super inconsistent. It's so weird. And also, Luke is Luke, but he's got two U's in his name, and he was part of a a comic book or a novel in which Luke gets cloned. And the only way to distinguish them is that Luke has two U's in his name when it comes up in the book. They look identical.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was super dumb.
Yeah, that's not. Don't do that again.
No, do that. That's episode 9.
Anyway, how are you enjoying Dark Souls Remastered? Where are you up to?
I'm up to the butterfly.
Okay,
bit,
so you
but-
are up to
Yeah, but like
the optional area.
Yeah, I went to different places and I was like, oh, I might as well just do that because then you can get the armor, and I got the armor, and now I'm like, oh, I might as well kill a butterfly because you get a bunch of souls.
In about 5 seconds, I'm gonna stop talking, and this is gonna be really funny. So, you better save the podcast.
Oh
You
god,
better do it. There's no
oh god,
pressure. No
what's
pressure.
happening? So I was playing, and yeah, it's good, but it does feel very much like a cop out. Like they realized they could make a whole bunch of money out of it.
was there actually much difference in
There's
sort of
there's
the
literally no
screenshots?
difference.
So
Like
like
the mechanics are the same. They've slightly increased the graphics and like done some lighting tricks, but other than that, like it's the exact same.
There's a minor PvP change where invaders have half of their Estus now instead of no Estus, just to help them out, like when they deal in fights.
That's like
Which is
very
actually really big. Like if you're into the PvP, like I am, which is I bought it just to play multiplayer. It's a really big deal.
Have I told you about that? I told you about that Dark Souls 3 video that dude made called the 99 Strength Adventure.
no.
He finishes the game and then he takes all of his. And when you're at Firelink Shrine in Dark Souls 3, you can rearrange your points. Like you can set yourself back to level 1, and then you get all your souls back, and then you can rearrange and mix up so that at the end of the game you can go and fight shit, but like you can do it in different ways. And this dude finishes the game, and then he takes all of his souls and puts it all into strength and into nothing else. So he's got this hammer, and if he hits someone, one hit kills them because it does like 1.3k damage, and he just runs around in like no clothes but a loincloth with this massive club and just beats the shit out of people in PvP.
I'm like
It's amazing.
I'm looking
Yeah,
at some of the screenshots and stuff like as a comparison, and yeah,
there's no.
it looks like it's just been anti-aisles like real hard out, but
Yeah.
like it's actually in some of them it's lost detail in the 4K stuff.
Yeah. It's also got to be aware that the PC version of the game didn't work when it first came
Yeah,
out.
true.
So that it is kind of like needed for PC, but I think releasing it on, I get why they put it on current gen consoles, but like
Some of them,
Yeah.
like some areas of the game, look way better. Like
Yeah.
like some of them are gorgeous. Like there's this one where it's like it looks like some sort of portal, and it's like smoke and things on the other side of it, and it's super detailed and super nice. But then there's other ones where it's just like, and the armor looks worse. Like,
yeah,
so I don't know.
yeah, just not the best, but it's what we've got to live with.
I do like how they made it half price for people who already own it on Steam.
Yeah, that was
That's
really
cool.
nice.
That's pretty cool.
Well, I feel
Yeah.
like they have to, because it's like if it was a broken game at the start, like you can't ask for like full price.
You can't justify it.
Yeah. It's like, oh, do you want to buy this game that was real broken and you hated, again for like another $90? No.
Yeah. I've been using a spear and shield combo, and it's going pretty well.
That's good. Spears
Got
are
that
nice.
got that dex and armor build. It's real good.
Mhm.
I've also been playing, to move on from Dark Souls because we'll just talk about it forever. I've also been playing a game called Reverie, which is what I was playing on the last when I was playing on the last podcast, and I really, really like that game.
Is this the New
it's
Zealand?
really
This is the
good.
New Zealand game, right?
Yeah,
indie
the New
game.
Zealand developer, and it's real good. It's like a puzzle. If you didn't listen to the last one, it's like a. Why didn't you? You fucking.
Did you?
Sorry, mate. I'll come to your house, and then I'll quote word for word the podcast.
Yeah, I just
I'll read
looked
it
at,
to you.
I just looked at the review that was written for it again. Oh my god, some of those screenshots are hilarious.
They're real good. But yeah, it's like a sort of Zelda-y Pokemon Explore dungeon crawler puzzle game. It's like Pokemon-y in the way that you rock up to an island and they're like, yeah, just go and explore. And then you go and talk to people, but it's Zelda and like all the cool puzzles that you have, and like it was really, really fun. There's parts where I like genuinely didn't know what the fuck was going on, and I had to, it like took me like 20 minutes to figure out like one puzzle. I was like, fuck. But other than that, and that's not like a negative. That's a good thing. I hate when puzzle games are like super easy. So yeah, it's real fun. If you're looking for like a cool puzzle game to blast through in 6 to 10 hours, depending how dumb you are, then yeah, check out Reverie. I really like it. It's got the
Yeah.
Ross seal of approval.
It looks really nice.
I kissed the code on my computer when it. I didn't,
Wow,
but I wish I did.
that's a pretty good way to do it.
Yeah,
Kissing the code as it's downloading.
I put my hand through the through the screen and touch it
Like in-
inappropriately.
There's like a movie that's like that.
And I bought Beyond Two Soul. I bought Detroit Become Human. And I haven't played
Detroit
it.
Beyond Souls.
Yeah, Detroit Beyond Rain.
I've committed a cardinal sin, and I've been watching a playthrough of it because
Ooh.
after participating in Omicron the Nomad Soul, I refuse to play a David Cage game ever again. However, from what I've seen so far, it looks really good. Like,
Yeah,
it looks really good.
I think Chelsea reviewed it on the site,
Yes.
and she said it was like she gave it a 9 out of 10,
Yeah.
and I trust Chelsea to not be like an idiot. So
Well,
Well, I'm
I
gonna
think
take
she
a
said
word on
that she's played other David Cage games and didn't like them. So
yeah,
having someone
that's
who,
really good.
yeah, having someone who's like not liked them, because why would you? And then play
Oh.
that and be like, oh wow, that's good. They
How is that?
kind of like, it kind of fixes the problem of David Cage being a bad writer and not being able to direct a scene properly, because you have robots there who have stilted dialogue, so you don't need to worry about conveying emotion. It's just
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, that problem solved.
When I was playing Beyond Two Souls because I was like, oh, I really enjoyed this game. I wonder if it's still any good. It still is good, by the way. I really enjoy it. My favorite part about it is that, unlike Heavy Rain, you don't have to hold the right trigger in order to move forward.
Yeah, it's not a good time.
Yeah, that was. What the fuck was he thinking?
I don't know. That was.
It's so dumb. And like using 6-axis controls as well was.
Mhm.
That's the
Oh yeah, this game has those. Be careful.
It was one
Oh,
of the.
okay.
It just seems like one of those things where it was. Because it has it, you have to use it. Like.
Yeah.
Well, if I don't know if you remember, but GTA 4 when it came out on the PS3, it had an option where you could drive using 6-axis
Ugh.
control.
Oh yeah, yeah.
How about
I do remember trying that out.
The
It was
only
fun.
problem being was that I'm quite clumsy, and I used to drop my controls, and then Nikolai used to just fucking beam himself into a tree at like 110, and he was like, "What?" and he would fucking fly out the windscreen. Anyway, I was playing Beyond Two Souls, and it's still really good. Willem Dafoe and Ellen Page put in a really good
They're really good. At it.
performance, despite Ellen Page clearly being a little bit scared the entire time on set because David Cage is a weirdo. But that's that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
He's
The-
real.
There was
Real
something that in God, what's the game? Detroit Become Human. There's a lot of like menial tasks, like you know how in Heavy Rain at the start you're always doing that stuff where you're
Yeah.
brush your teeth, play with the
Take
kid,
a
like all
piss.
that stuff. Yeah, take a wee wee. There's a lot of that in Detroit Become Human, and it works really well because you're playing as you're essentially playing like robot slaves,
Yeah.
and it's
Oh,
like
right.
really interesting to have that to double down on that, and it makes it really like engaging. So yeah, it's real good. I really like that.
My favorite one in Heavy Rain was when you had to make the microwave meal for your kid at like the very beginning of the game, and you have to hit like each individual button to like set the time for it. And I was like, David, I don't have time for this shit. I just want to
Nah,
play
it's
the
good.
fucking game.
It makes it realistic. Sometimes when you go to someone's house and you have to try and use their microwave, it's just this whole ordeal where it's like, oh, this is real different. Like, I don't understand. Like, well, what's going on?
Microwaves like that.
Your microwave has knobs? What is that?
No.
What's
it
even
does
worse
have
than that? What's worse than that is when you have to take a shower at someone else's house and what's going on.
Oh, yeah. And what if it's on backwards? I've been to a house where the mixer was backwards. So you turn it on and you're like, oh, this is going to heat up soon. And it never does.
Yeah, no, the worst ones are the ones where they have like two like taps, because then you have to try and balance like the hot and the cold tap to be the perfect temperature.
And it's never gonna get perfect. It's always bad.
Why do they even make those?
The Insatiable Plumber.
Oh, Jesus.
That's what we're doing now.
Oh my god.
So,
Can
okay.
we just have like everything being branded as Insatiable? Like
It is.
every single like anything.
We're taking over the world. Don't even worry about it. Actually,
the insatiable therapist.
I'm looking at some of these screenshots for Detroit Become Human, and it looks like a really gorgeous game.
Yeah, it's fantastically good looking.
Like,
I don't know how.
You done well, David.
Like-
You done well.
just even like the water effects and stuff on the ground and things. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Like, gorgeous game.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm actually kind of keen to try that out. That is now just made it onto my want to playlist.
It steals a lot of ideas from other good games that have of that genre, and then it's like, what if we put the system in Telltale where you can see the different like things that people have chosen, but you can't see what exactly they are. And so there's scenes where like you there's insane branching paths, and you don't know what any of the other stuff is, but you know that only 3% of people picked your ending, and that there's all these other endings that you don't know.
That's
Like,
kind of cool.
Yeah.
My
Lots of cool
favorite one
stuff.
in those Telltale games with that is that it gets to the end of episode 4, and at the very end of episode 4 in the first Walking Dead Telltale game, you end up with only a certain amount of people alive. It's like, and it differs depending on the choices you make, including one where you just fucking throw a dude off the top of a church,
Yeah.
which is
There's-
pretty good.
I've seen a lot of death
Yeah.
in Detroit as well.
Oh.
There's a lot of like character, like, yeah, just like, oh, you messed up, sorry, goodbye.
But yeah, in this one, in the Telltale one, there's at the end of it, there's 5 screens, and it goes from 6 characters being alive to 2, and there's anywhere in that range that you can go. And
That's a
it's
good
like
time.
which different ones can live and die. And it's like, oh shit,
Shoot 'em all.
damn. Yeah, just kill all of them. They're
They're
all
all
terrible.
bad. They're not real. They're only pixels on a screen.
I hate you, Travis.
I don't know who that
I
is.
should also correct before you said it, you gave Chelsea credit for Detroit.
It was
Become
Helena,
Human.
wasn't it?
It was Helena. So
Oh,
I just want to say it was very well written.
Wow.
So
They all
Ross!
sound the same to me.
Oh, that's racist, dude.
It's not racist. It's not racist. It's because I can't read.
It's pretty.
I don't know
Why do you
who's
think
written
I play
anything.
video games? I can't read a book.
I don't turn subtitles on because it just makes me sad.
Is
and
there anything else?
Yeah, I've been playing one more game. I played PUBG, and it's still shit. as we're talking, I've uninstalled it from my PC, so it's gone forever.
Yay! Gone forever until you reinstall it.
No, I'll never reinstall. I have Fortnite. Fortnite now. Fortnite is my baby. Fortnite and their many challenges.
Fortnite.
And when are they going to get a Borat skin in Fortnite?
Did we mention? Did I mention the last time when I was on podcast that they mentioned Fortnite in WWE?
Yeah.
You brought it up briefly, but I don't know what the context is. Can you please?
It was like there was some shitty segment about like the Miz and Xavier Woods. Oh yeah, the Miz also looks like Naruto for some reason. I don't know why, but there's like a segment. There should be the picture like of the podcast just of the Miz wearing his Naruto outfit. It was something about like he's like, oh yeah, how would you feel holding the WWE Championship while you stream a game of Fortnite? I just didn't understand like what he was talking about. Just very clearly had the earpiece in.
To be fair,
the Fortnite reference.
To be fair, he's like a 35-year-old man. He doesn't know what's going on.
This is true.
Wait, 35-year-olds still know what's up. He just sounds like he's
famous, so he doesn't need to know.
And he's touring all the time.
Yeah, he's never home. I don't know how he.
Well, to be honest, there is a solution for that. There is a Fortnite mobile game. So I don't. No, he doesn't get a pass.
That's true.
Doesn't get a pass.
I don't think he did say in the same sentence as everyone starts to boo him for not getting the name right. He says, "I don't play video games." So there you go.
Oh no,
that excuses him apparently. Well, I guess I can, since we're finished with Ross, I can now talk about my stupid games that I've been playing.
Good.
So, what came out? Bloody good old Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey Redux came out. That's the remake of Strange Journey came out. That's good.
Have you been playing it?
I have it on me. I have it on my 3DS. I played it.
What else to say about it other than
I have lots to say about it, but you all seem really down and sad.
I really want to hear about Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I'm glad you're also supportive.
The Insatiable Shin Megami Tensei podcast.
Have any of you seen the movie The Thing?
No, but I should have.
It's kind of right. Yeah, John Carpenter's The Thing, where they're in Antarctica and there's an alien thing that tries to kill them, and it's a really good movie. It's kind of like this a little bit. So, I don't know why I'm like so just detached when telling like this story. It's really interesting. You are a UN enlisted military officer. Basically, the UN finds out that there's this sort of strange phenomena that they don't know how to describe that's created in Antarctica. It's a little bit like, what's that movie that came out on Netflix? Where the scientists all go into that weird
shimmery stuff?
Yeah.
Annihilation?
Yeah,
Annihilation. It's basically like the start of Annihilation, where there's like this weird presence that's starting to grow and like threatens to consume the Earth. And there's basically an entire team of UN representatives who go in to enter it. And it's really, really interesting setup for, basically like a SMT game, which are usually exclusively like the end of the world in Japan. It's very like there's a lot of detail when it comes to this kind of like feeling of isolation when you get to like Antarctica and it's just you and your strike team basically, and you can't leave. It's really, really interesting.
It looks like really cool art as well.
Yeah, the old game had really bad art, and so they managed to.
You're making a lot of SMT fans mad with saying that.
Yeah, I know they are
So
because
many
they're
people
stupid.
prefer the old art style.
Yeah, that's because they're stupid. The SMT
Yeah.
fans are the worst.
Yeah,
They think
actually.
Nocturne's the best game, and they're wrong because Nocturne sucks.
Oh my god.
The audio quality looks like someone like ripped a vinyl CD in half, put it on their vinyl player, and then filmed it with their iPhone, and that's the audio that they get. It's so bad. I don't understand.
God.
So it sounds like a podcast.
Yeah, basically, it sounds pretty much exactly like
Right.
it's like
Nah, it doesn't
dead
have the
set.
quality.
If you put in a PlayStation 2 and then plugged in the Nocturne disc and then you listen to that soundtrack, it sounds like it's coming from 2 streets away
Oh,
through
God.
a muffled car. It's so
Oh.
bad. But yeah, I think this game is a lot different to the other games because it's much more story driven and has a much more I guess Western story. It's very action oriented where you're going into, it's like the army is going into an area and fighting off demons and stuff. So I think a lot of people consider, well, I know I do, but I've heard other people who say that that this is their favorite one just because of the storytelling and the way stuff is done. The combat's not as good as some of the other games though, but
Okay.
still pretty good. I'm sure I'll put in like 200 hours into this because that's how long it takes to beat these bloody games. I've been playing some other stuff though. I played, what's that, Dark Souls game that I've heard about?
Oh,
Demon
some-
Souls.
No, you mean the Dead Souls.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dead Souls.
Yeah.
Yakuza
Pretty
Dead
sure.
Souls.
Yeah, Dead Souls.
Dead Souls Remastered. That game is the same as when I first played it, except there's more people, which is very fun. So I decided I'd try my hand at like invading and doing all that and jazz, and that is hard as usual because people just summon and they're like, "Hey, I'm gonna have 3 people backstab you." That's really fun. So that's good.
Oh no.
I like that. I like that not being able to play the game properly because of people. I
Oh,
also.
I kept saying
Oh yeah.
I keep saying Dead Souls, but there's actually a Yakuza game called Dead Souls.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. There is a Dead Souls.
I was just
Yakuza game.
trying to make like a little meme out of it, and then I'm like, I wonder if that's actually a thing, and I'm like, oh, it is a thing, but it's a Yakuza game,
Yeah.
so it's actually a real game.
Turns out you're just an idiot.
My
Yeah,
bad.
exactly. Speaking of Yakuza, I got my copy of Yakuza 0 back, and I've been playing that again. But I've only exclusively been playing the idle minigame because I'm trying to unlock all of the. So
Oh.
it's weird. You need to play the idle minigame to unlock sections of your fighting capabilities, and so you have to go through that to basically become and unlock the best style. And so all I've been doing is just sitting in front of my television screen, just like moving these little like idols around to like make friends with all these like creepy old men. It's just the worst. It's so weird. I don't understand why they put it in the game and why it's like a major mechanic as well. It's like, yes, I must run this cabaret club. Please. I only have 2 minutes to make 20 million yen. Oh, I better use all my abilities. And then everyone starts screaming and having fun. It's like,
They
what
know
is
their
going
target
on?
audience.
They do. They
Yeah.
know their target audience.
No,
They love
they know.
people who love to go baseball and bowling. They love it. There's an entire mahjong tournament in that game that I haven't touched
Really?
because why would I ever want to play mahjong? Yeah, they have there's
Every-
different areas.
There was like
It's
the
every.
only.
Oh.
There was sorry, we were about to make a joke and I ruined it.
I was about to make a joke. Don't worry about
No,
it.
you
It's
say
okay.
say your joke. I want to hear
I was
it.
gonna say mahjong is every middle-aged mum's favorite phone game.
Oh yeah, wasn't
Yeah.
that
Besides balls.
That's
that
correct.
good of a joke? Sorry,
That's
I
why-
should have just kept
That's why
going.
middle-aged
You
mums.
should have known.
That's why middle-aged mums need to buy Yakuza because
So
they'll
they
be able
can-
to play mahjong.
So they can chase that man in his underpants around.
No,
Yeah.
they don't. They can't do that. That's not allowed.
Mums have never seen underpants.
Mums need to play Yakuza 0 to play Mahjong and to get rid of Mr. Shakedown from stealing their money.
Make it sound like Swiper from
That's what he does! He runs up to you and he punches you and he steals your money. And it's not just a little bit, it's all of your money.
And what's his name?
Mr. Shakedown.
It's amazing.
There's two of him. There's two different Mr. Shakedowns. He's got a double.
I love that game. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, Mr. Shakedown is a title given to a number of non-playable characters in Yakuza 0. It's not.
Anyway, what was Robbie gonna say?
No, it's not even important, and I don't remember now.
Oh no!
I have no idea. Hey Matt, what else have you been playing? I see you put a review up for Dead in Bermuda.
Yeah, that's a game that I reviewed.
Was it good? It looked real good.
No, I gave it a 5.
I know.
It's like it's like Lost. I wrote in the title. It's a bit like Lost. You're trapped on an island, and like a plane crashes, and then you're there. And
Good description.
And yeah, there's a bunch of people on this island, and they're like, "Damn, I need to survive." And all you got to really do is just like manage resources and stuff. And it's really
it kind of just looks like a click game.
It's very much that.
Like
you just
there's like a little bit of story.
People.
And like
okay, so it tries really hard to like make the characters seem unique and interesting. They're not, so it doesn't really work very well because it's like at the end of every day, everyone like sits down and talks by like the campfire. It's like, what are we gonna do? Oh, we're trapped here forever. Oh. And it's like, oh my god, who the hell cares? I don't care if any of you die. Like you're all stats on a screen to me. It doesn't
it sounds like
harsh but true.
It sounds a little bit like State of Decay 2, but without like the free roaming and things like that.
Like, without the game.
Yeah, in terms of like managing people, I mean.
Have any of you played it? Oh god, what's that? Gods Will Be Watching.
Oh, I've heard of it, but I've never played it.
Yeah, same.
It's a bit like that, but much more open ended than.
My friend's been playing State of Decay 2, and there's a point where this like woman, because at the beginning you choose like who you want to be, and there's one where it's like an estranged couple who got married and like in the apocalypse, and now they hate each other effectively. It's like, and there's a point where the chick in the relationship got bitten, and he had to get a cure for her because you can get cures in that game that like off put the infection.
Yeah.
So he's running to find these meds to like to help her, but he didn't realize he was doing it with a character that wasn't her husband. And he comes back and gives it to her, and she's like, "I knew you had a crush on me this whole time."
Oh no!
And she's like, "Oh, I think I like you too." And he was like, "Fuck! I created a love triangle."
No.
Shit.
Oh,
and now he's like, the dude won't work with the other guy, but they're his like two highest level people, and he's like, I just want both of you to be able to fucking do something for God's sakes. And now he's planning to kill the woman so that they don't have to deal with it anymore.
Oh no,
that's real dark.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked.
Hey, she's a zombie. She's probably gonna die soon anyway.
Nah, she'll be fine. She'll be fine. It's like
sweet.
Dying Light.
She's got 2 men now that are like getting cures for her.
It's like Dying Light. As long as you take enough hard drugs, you'll be fine.
That's life, isn't
that's
it?
the life motto.
That's real.
I'm still convinced that Dying Light isn't a zombie game, and that dude is just like really blitzed.
Tripping.
He's just a mass murderer. It's just Psycho, the video game.
He's loving it. He doesn't care.
He loves it. He just runs around and bounces on cars and shit.
I've also been playing one more thing that is the sequel to Dead in Bermuda called Dead in Vinland. And unlike Dead in Bermuda, Dead in Vinland's actually pretty good, surprisingly. They really improved on the things that I said that they should improve on. And that game was released before my review came out, so I can't take credit for it.
Damn.
But, yeah. The game has a interesting premise. It's instead of modern day plane crashing and surviving on an island, it's these Viking family get outcast by their Viking village and they sail away and then get stranded on another continent. And it's basically like different cultures clashing on this island, and it's really interesting.
There looks like a lot more content in that than the other one.
Is.
Like significantly more.
Yeah. It's much easier. Like the UI is much easier to navigate and stuff. There's combat in the game that's like a Darkest Dungeon, or similar to like how the combat works in Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah.
It's really good. The writing is still bad, unfortunately, but there is the characters are kind of more. They're more three-dimensional than they were in Dead in Bermuda. So it's definitely a big upgrade for that studio who made it. And I mean, I don't like the actual amount of improvement isn't something that I think indie developers do very often. I think that oftentimes a lot of indie games stay the same quality, or like games from indie developers stay the same quality, whereas this is like a big step up, which is awesome. I love that. I would love that. Well, I like that more than having 2 games of good quality. So, I'm excited to talk about that in a review and get in depth with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it really.
It's kind of, it's always weird to me when sort of these new games are getting released like real close to each other from the same developer. Like it always makes me think, it's like, okay, which one was your practice one and which one's your real game? Like, it's like these ideas didn't work, and they're going on to better ones just instantly. I definitely see that. So that's good. I'm glad that there's a good version of that game. So if that's something people are interested in, then they can definitely check that out. Yeah. That's all from me. Anyone playing anything else? Nope.
Nothing.
I started playing a Soul Silver randomizer Nuzlocke.
What's that?
So Pokemon Soul Silver Nuzlocke.
Yeah.
But there's a randomizer, so like the Pokemon you encounter in the wild and with trainers are all random.
Yeah. That's kind of cool.
That's
just
very
a
strange.
bit of a twist on Nuzlocke, but I'm really enjoying it. Even though I've had 2 die. I had 1 Pokemon die because I defeated a wild Wobbuffet, and then its ability was that it just makes the other Pokemon faint as well.
Oh.
So yeah, that was epic.
That's alright. How far through the game are you?
I'm at the first gym, like I'm ready to do that now. There's like a little side quest thing you have to do. But yeah, down to 3 Pokemon though,
so a little bit rough.
So yeah, I've never been very good at Nuzlocks. So
well, now is a good time to start during the game.
Yeah, either that or I'll just lose again, and then I'll just probably just keep playing.
Yeah.
Because Soul Silver is objectively the best Pokemon game to date.
I can't even remember. I don't just looking to start something.
You've reminded me that I never finished Pokemon Sun, so I've got that to look forward to.
Oh my god, I have that too.
Either, to be honest.
Jesus, we should all play it and then we'll talk about it next podcast.
Nope.
I'll play it and I'll talk about it next podcast.
How about we play a good game instead?
Yeah, I'd rather do a Nuzlocke and a Pokemon game from 8 years ago.
What was the game? What was the Pokemon game that was coming to Switch that had the tie-ins with?
Let's Go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee.
Yeah, it's such a really long title. Cool.
Pokemon Let's Go to Weight Watchers.
But I was just
Pokemon Let's Go to the Polls.
You've ruined it. Now I can't. You made a joke about Weight Watchers, and now I can't say that my wife really wants to get that game without feeling inappropriate.
Nah, your wife isn't fat though.
Well, no, but she wants the game, and now you've turned it into this Weight Watchers thing. So now I
I'm
don't
not
want
fat shaming anyone, especially not your wife. Stop trying to make me feel bad, you prick.
it. She'll fight you.
Why?
I'm
Why
making
you?
the process
No,
to
you
fight
can't. Don't keep it on the Weight Watchers. You gotta keep it on going to the polls.
The polls.
Pokemon go to your room, child.
But I actually,
Too much
I actually
Pokemon.
think that looks quite cool. And so I'm sort of using that as a way to push across the line that I'm going to buy a Switch. So
I think between
Manipulating
that
the
and
space.
Odyssey, it's 100% worth it to get a Switch now.
yeah,
Well, Zelda.
well, that's the main reason I want to get it is I want to play Zelda. But it's also kind of it seems like quite a cool Wii console to have for two people. Like if you're I don't know
Yeah.
going away somewhere, like we're going on a trip to Melbourne, it'd be like that'd be real nice on the plane. Play a couple
Oh
of games.
yeah, it's the only console I've ever been able to take on holiday with me, like overseas.
I really, really like that if I'm playing my Switch and I'm like, oh, I'm really tired,
Oops.
get into my bed, and then I can just
And
whip
keep
the
playing.
thing off it. Yeah, yeah. And you can play for like hours and hours and hours and it stays going.
Mhm.
You can play
Yeah,
for like
but-
4 hours before it stops.
Let's be honest, the real benefit of having a Switch is so that you've got something to play while you shit.
I've
Yeah, that's
never
not
taken
your
it into
fun.
the bathroom.
You've
Because
never
I'm not
played
an
Zelda
animal.
while taking a shit?
No, no, I have not.
That's
I'm a
sort
man
of
of
You're just denying yourself the
The
full
honor.
the full functionality of the Nintendo Switch
Oh,
as
God.
intended.
You are unbelievable,
That's
you
true.
animal.
is this one of those things that you sort of realize what the main drive to its development was once you bought it?
You're like, oh damn,
You're
I
like,
really need a poo
Definitely.
while playing Mario.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
this is a game changer.
When Mario says Yahoo, I shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel Reggie smiling upon me as I drop a deuce while Bing Bing Wahooing.
The balloon game in that is outstanding.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
so good, especially with like people that figure out these like insane places to hide it, and you only like barely get there in time. It's insane.
it seems a bit scary.
It's very, very good. It's so good. It got me so stressed. I had to take more of my pills.
Oh my god,
I was like,
that's not good.
I was like, because you have to spend money to have a go, and all of a sudden I looked and I only had enough coins for like one more go.
Row.
Like a crack addict, I was like, fine, I can get back and I can have another crack at it. And
Wait,
I got it on like my very last one.
when you
and I
say
was
you have to spend money, do you mean like real money?
no, you spend the
Okay.
coins that you make in the
Okay,
game.
I was going to
Wahoo
say, I'm
coins.
like, wait, is this sort of just a
No.
Wahoo gambling? Like,
Yeah.
You've got to spend Bing Bing bucks.
Bing, bing. Debt.
That's me.
But I was like, oh, fine, I'm going to get this one. And then I got it, and I was so happy, and I spent 8,000 coins, and I made 450, and I felt real good about myself.
Wow.
I was like, yeah.
Fun times.
It looks like you'll have to take out a loan. Welcome to Mario Bank.
Yeah, it's crazy how the Switch stock doubles as a credit card like reader so that you can.
When
Buy
you pull
more
off the
Bing Bing
Joy-Cons,
bucks.
the thing that you clip the Joy-Cons on is also a credit card swipe. So you can
Oh my
all of a sudden, I don't want one now. Eh?
yeah, no.
They,
Yeah, Nintendo are real into it.
The thing is, like, it's kind of at a price point that makes it a little bit uncomfortable for myself. If I'm totally honest, like,
How much is it?
it's like,
It's like $550 plus games.
yeah,
I think I paid about 500 for it at like PB Tech or something.
oh yeah. So maybe I'll
Um,
hold out for a sale and
but, you
I
know,
can see if I can. Get
If you're looking to pick up a couple games with it, you're doing it spending about like $800.
yeah, like it's a pretty
It's
hefty.
a big commitment.
Yeah.
Especially after the goddamn Wii U.
How much was the
After that
Wii U?
whole fiasco. It was cheaper, but it didn't have any games.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's because
Yeah,
they
that's
marketed
fair.
it so poorly, and it just ended. Like, I genuinely thought it was just an add-on for the Wii.
yeah,
like-
it doesn't help. Like, yeah,
The only good thing on the Wii U really is
Bayonetta 2.
And, Bayonetta 2 is pretty good. Yeah, you got me there. Who would have thought that Nintendo would ever make a game that features a woman whose clothes are made out of her hair and she gets naked all the time?
Who knows? Who? Apparently, they were like, yeah, I love this idea. This is great for our kid console. Here you
Princess
go.
Peach took a really weird direction in the latest Mario game.
And they're putting No More Heroes on the Switch, which is a game about all about masculinity in like charging up your lightsaber. So
Damn.
God.
there you go.
Also, if you're interested, you can get all of Little Nightmares, like all the DLCs and shit, on Switch as well. So I'm going to be doing that, and then I'm going to be crying as Tim Burton's wet dream chases me down a corridor.
If it helps, I got a Nintendo Wii today, actually.
Oh,
Yeah. I never
Nice.
had one. I never had a Wii, so I'm gonna play
you
some
just
Wii
decided
games.
to pick one up.
Yeah, well, no, it was I went out for coffee with my wife's mum, like the in-laws. They're like, "Oh, do you want a Nintendo Wii? It's in the car." I'm like, "Yeah, right, cool,
Yes,
Hell yeah.
that's
hell
so
yeah."
good.
So yeah,
And then you robbed the Wii
You
from
robbed them at gunpoint.
Yeah.
You installed
my
the
God.
Wii while it was in the car.
and then she's told me I have to drive down to where they live and pick up the Wii Fit adapter as well. I'm like,
Alright.
oh, okay, that's why you're giving me a Wii. Am I getting just
When
a little
you-
pudgy?
When you picked it up, did you say wahoo?
I should have. I so should have.
I've got a Mario hat. I want to take a. I wish I had I wish I had a webcam so I could
You
put
need
it
to
on.
grow out your moustache and then.
There's my mum. There's an amazing Snapchat that I have somewhere where it was the middle of the night and there's a mirror like just outside my door and I was in my underpants with my Mario hat on and I just shouted wahoo as loud as I
Oh
could.
my god!
And the end of the Snapchat is her coming out at like 1 a.m, being like, "Shut the fuck up!" like, real loud. So good. I was so pleased with myself.
I like that.
It's too
Should
bad.
Should we get into news?
Yeah, actually, we
By the
probably
way.
should. We probably really should. We're deviating a little bit here.
What's happened in the news that's really...
There's been a few things, but it's kind of just been. There's actually a bit of game stuff, which is interesting. So, do you guys you remember the old Star Citizen thing? That's a thing. That's also not really a thing because like how many people are actually playing it?
It's in early access at the moment.
Oh,
'cause
Yeah,
that's
it's not even like a full game.
Yeah, but how long has it been in early access for?
quite a long...
Like,
It's a
yeah.
very ambitious project.
Yeah.
Like 5 years, I think.
Yeah,
Longer than
I
that.
remember playing it. I was in one of the betas, and I'm just like,
Oh.
yeah, this is sort of not really that great, and I feel like I'm gonna get shit on for saying it. But already, so basically, what's happened is they've released a new pack called the Legatus Pack, which is available for purchase. So the only way you can actually get this pack to be able to be purchasing it is if you've already spent $1,000 to become a concierge member. Yeah.
Man, that's fucking ridiculous.
And the Legatus pack is being sold at $27,000. So you basically have to spend 28 US dollars as well.
May I read from the Star Citizen Reddit? May I read the top post from the 10th of February 2018?
Sure.
Have we, the backers, been duped?
Oh,
Oh no.
So that's the situation there. Oh no.
so
yeah.
I just don't get it.
Fun.
Like I didn't really understand what I was supposed to be doing in the game. Like it's a cool project and it looked really good when I was playing it, but I couldn't work out how to fly the ship. I don't know what I was doing. I'm just like, what is this? And then all of a sudden,
That feature wasn't in the game yet.
that might be why I couldn't fly a ship.
Who knows?
No, there
Who
was.
knows?
There was like a little space flight system where you basically landed in the game. You're in some little galley thing, and you walked down the hallway, and you got into a hangar and got in a ship, but you couldn't really go anywhere. You're just flying around like this little base thing, and you're like, "Yep, this is cool." And,
I have some really good news that I don't have on the doc, but it's really good. The best game made by Suda51 is coming to PC. We're getting a 2018 Steam release for Killer 7, and that game is absolutely fantastic. It is like probably the best GameCube game that's ever been released.
what was it called?
Killer 7.
Killer 7.
It's a on rails first person shooter. So it's kind of like a game's like Time Crisis a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But it's very it's indescribable. It's a horror kind of game. There's a bit of puzzle in it. It's got this bizarre story. It's just like it's this crazy game that really put Suda51 like on the map as like someone who makes really interesting stuff. And the problem with like a Killer 7 was that it was on the GameCube, and because the GameCube is not a not everyone has a GameCube, you know. But if it's on Steam, everyone can play it, and it's there forever.
It came to PlayStation 2 as well.
It did come to PlayStation 2. I believe the port to the PS2 was bad, though. It had some issues.
Apparently it was horrific.
I heard it was a real improvement from Killer 6 as well.
What about Killer 5?
Killer 5 was good, but it lost something that Killer 4 Road to Retribution
Matt is gonna kill you.
actually had.
What's that? I think it's got Killer in the title as well. What's that game about the guy who has to take out the other assassins and he's
Killer is Dead.
Killer, there we go.
That's the unofficial sequel.
Yeah. I always get these two confused.
Yes, I believe that was intentional.
Yeah,
as far as I'm aware.
And that's the one that came out on the Wii, and you have to vigorously shake the controller.
Nope. That's No More Heroes.
Oh, there we go.
That's getting the Switch remake.
Heck yeah! I can't wait.
Yeah. So Killer 7 is basically like you're someone with 7 different personalities that can manifest physically, and that's basically like your 7 playable characters, and you kill people. That's very bizarre.
It sounds kind of cool though.
And you shoot there. I don't know what exactly. There are these enemies called Heaven Smiles, which are basically like weird origami demons that try to eat you and explode. It's very strange.
The art style for this is kind of like Catherine as well. Early stage Catherine.
Very cel shaded.
Yeah, I love that art style.
Same.
Yeah.
I think
Catherine's also a really good game if you're wondering. It's pretty fucking weird though. You get chased by a giant ass with a tongue coming out of it.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Cool.
It's real weird. And the plot is that you're a guy called Vincent who loves 2 different women, both called Catherine. One of them is safe and the other one is like insane. And he's like, "Oh gee, I wonder which one to pick. Pick the safe one, you fucking idiot." What are you doing?
The one who's not safe is like, "I will murder you." By the way.
Yeah, it's like, if you leave me, I'll kill you. Yes, that's like, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we talk. Oh, bloody news.
Yeah, so something else that's sort of interesting. Epic Games is dropping $100 million into prizes for an esports tournament for the 2018 and 2019 series.
Now, I really want someone to go to a Fortnite esports dressed up as Thanos and dab on stage.
Fuck,
like that would complete it. That would just.
That cannot happen. On my life, that will not happen.
So
who like, oh my god.
Being like our Fortnite expert, Ross, do you think we should seek sponsorship to get you to a tournament?
Yeah, sure. I'll be the first out.
That'd be awesome.
I won't even get to log into my account.
No, you'll be
It'll
fine.
just be like, okay, enough.
No, well, that's the thing. So we can report coverage on Fortnite, and then we can be the one dressed up as Thanos dabbing.
Yeah.
And then it's problem solved.
If any of you came to me playing a Fortnite game on stage and was dabbing, I would fucking kill all of you. I'll leave TIG, and then I'll kill everyone coming on you down.
Do that.
It'll be like X-Men Origins Terrible. I'll come round to your house like Sabretooth does, and I'll hunt you down.
Nice.
That's really
that
neat.
movie is terrible, though.
So if any of our listeners or viewers haven't already seen that last podcast that we had, where we had some Fortnite gameplay, I really highly suggest you check it out and watch some of the mean kills that Ross got on himself.
Yeah, I died a lot.
You're very good at this game.
I died like 11 times.
There is actually still an active giveaway on that thing. No one's claimed it yet. So
there was
all of the yeah.
There was a point where Dev chimed in and said that the average Fortnite game is 18 minutes. And at that point, we were 20 minutes into the podcast, and I'd played 4 games.
Oh, that was Jake. I think
Yeah.
Jake did that. Yeah.
Oh, it was Jake.
Yeah.
Well,
That's like, it's just quick little,
Snip, snip.
Yeah, but not that quick.
Nah, not land, die.
That was very that was very fast.
I was gonna go in and I was gonna annotate every time you died, but it got too much. And I'm like, this is actually a lot of work. So I just left it. I'm like, nah, I'm just uploading it.
On the topic of Fortnite, PUBG is suing them
Oh
for some reason.
Yeah.
I can't actually remember exactly what.
Battle Royale.
Yeah, it was a really, really ironic post where PUBG came out and said that people who make copycat games shouldn't be allowed to make money off of them, and it was kind of like, but you you did what? It was very ironic.
Interesting stance.
It was.
That really does me a thinking.
I think, as Kyle pointed out, it's just because they're becoming more relevant as Fortnite becomes more popular.
Definitely.
And they're like terrified, so they're like, "Fuck! If we can actually like legally shut down all their servers."
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Is PUBG has not been able to improve its like bugs and flaws. It's still early. It's that early access problem where they're charging $30 for a game that doesn't work half the time, and then there's Fortnite, which is free, and here it's there.
Also, like Fortnite, since that it doesn't have things where it's like these cover issues, like going prone and crawling through things and shit. Like you don't have to deal with as much detail.
Yeah, changing the graphic settings to give yourself an advantage. Like,
that was funny pretty early on.
That was the funniest.
PUBG.
That was the funniest post was Dell talking about their processes so quick.
Oh yeah.
And never let them forget.
I remember that.
No, it was like, oh look, it's got enough RAM that you can have all these extra plugins installed that are gonna aid your gameplay.
On I think just one last sort of comment to go on the last podcast that we did, where we talked about Total Biscuit's sad passing.
Oh yeah.
This ex Bioware employee lashed out on Twitter, and he basically, have you guys seen it?
Yeah, I'm gonna open up the
headline.
I'm gonna open up the thread of some of the shit he was saying.
Yeah, I'll read some of it out because it's pretty, like, it's pretty horrific. Like,
yeah, like
some of the shit that he comes out with is just real bad. He started it off by saying, and this is a quote. I'm going to quote all of this so that we can't get sued for like defamation.
Right. Yeah.
On the 24th of May 2018, he said, "Weird, the world just felt a little bit better sometime around an hour and a half ago. Maybe it was just those new running shoes I got for my run home." Next tweet, 20 minutes or so later, he posts, "Oh wait, I know, it's because Total Biscuit died. Hey everyone, watch this. I know it's rude to piss on someone's grave, but these axes aren't going to grind themselves." And then he posts a picture.
Okay, hold on for one uno memento. Like that first tweet, like that's already like bad enough.
Yeah.
You don't need to clarify with the second tweet. We know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, people aren't dumb. Why do you have to be like, oh wait a minute? That's because he died.
It feels like that, like he's laughing, but he went on, and to be fair, like some of the points he made were kind of credible. Total Biscuit did downplay threats that Femme Frequency Anna Sarkeesian was getting about going to cons because she came out about defending Gamergate or whatever the fuck that was about. I still don't quite understand what that was about.
I have no idea.
It's very, very hard to keep up with. But anyway, it was a whole thing. But I just want to read the last tweet. The last couple sort of things that he said. He said his voice and the irresponsibility with which he wielded it without apparently much care for him, or if he did, if it was too little too late, has hurt a multitude of people along the way. He's pissed off me in a dozen ways, but at least I've never been threatened by his force. I'm saying this for myself, but I might as well be saying this for those who were and still could be. Fuck that guy 9 ways to Sunday, and good riddance to bad rubbish.
Yeah.
So he's a real cunt. And I'm also gonna I'm also going to name and shame. His name is Dave Crooks.
David Crooks. Lovely.
He used to
name.
work at EA/Bioware, and I'm not surprised he doesn't anymore. but yeah, he was sacked a long time ago, and he's kind of just trying to.
I wonder if his Twitter is deactivated.
I'll go and check now.
I think it is because like there's no.
I think he rescinded all of his tweets. Yeah. He deleted all of them. But I'm gonna go and check David Crooks.
Yeah, there it's gone.
A response from Casey Hudson, the GM, general manager of BioWare. I was extremely disappointed to find out about the comments on the passing of John Bain from someone who previously part of BioWare. Let me be clear that they don't represent BioWare's views, EA's, or my own. Our condolences go out to John and his family. So it's basically like, as soon as that happened, it's like he was gone.
It just seems like this guy, whoever this person is, just needs a little bit of relevancy in his life to be seen as important. Gonna lash out.
It's fair enough to criticize someone. Right. I mean, it's totally you can go at someone's ideals and sort of something like that. You can criticize for some things that Total Biscuit did. Sure. Like from a developer's point of view, I'm sure he did a whole heap of stuff that fucked you off. As far as video game journalism is concerned. But on the other hand of it, like you can't go out and attack someone personally. Like you still have to remain that professional sort of level and can't just be like, oh, I'm glad he's dead. It's like, no.
Like in our reviews, we can't just come out and say like, oh yeah, not only is this game bad, but the people who made it are fucking idiots and I hate them.
And I mean, you want people to give like a good criticism as well. And you want to give good criticism so that they can improve it.
It's supposed to be constructive. That's the whole point of this. So, we point out something you did well, we'll tell you what you did wrong, and then the next game you make is better. Like, that's kind of what the journalism thing is. It's like you want to hear from the public and what their thoughts are. And if you don't care about it, then you're basically this guy who's kind of an ass.
On the topic of reviewing, I was doing a proofread for a friend, and he had a essay that he had to submit, but it was a review of a book.
Yeah.
And on university work, in the header you have to put your name, your number, and then your university code. Your number is like your university digits. Your university login, and he'd spelt his name wrong.
Oh no!
Oh come on!
And he hadn't handed it in yet, but I was kind of like, "You fucking, you stupid!" I was like, "Oh, you." It's like at the top of the page, it's like by such and such, and except it was like scutch and guck. I was like, "You're a fucking idiot!" Like, man,
that's not a good one.
That's real clever.
How are we for time for said podcast?
Well, I think we've made
wrap up.
Yeah, we've made pretty good time. We can probably wrap up a little bit now, unless you want to talk about.
No, we can. Like that.
What about our new segment?
Yeah.
What we'll be playing in the coming weeks.
I'm actually gonna. I know what I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna be playing Detroit Become Human.
Wait. Please leave me a gap. Leave me a gap. I gotta make a sting for it. If it's a new segment and a recurring segment, I gotta make a sting. So leave me a gap.
We like to play video games. All right. So for the next week, I'm going to be playing Detroit Become Human, and I'm also probably going to be playing some other games. Like I've never played Nier Automata, so I really want to play it.
That game's good. When you get to the ending, keep playing. Because that game is because Yoko Taro's an idiot and doesn't know what the word ending means. Or if it is the last thing that chronologically happens, that means that's the end of the story. No, dumbass. The end of the story is the bloody end point where the movie stops. You're stupid. Do better.
Is that why you can fight them in the DLC?
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. That's so cool. It makes fun of you for thinking 2B's good looking.
She is good looking. I love.
Yeah, I know. He made it like that.
I won't explain what I like. We'll have to cut it.
I like 9S. Nice
9S is
Niceness.
he's such a dickhead though. He's just
He's a
so
cute boy.
adoring.
He's a
He's always
cute
just
boy.
like, oh, 2B.
Oh,
just,
2B.
You know, when you got your sword and you bloody hit that guy.
You was real good at it. You was real good at it. I'll play next week. Probably more Strange Journey. I'm actually thinking of also trying to beat the Bloody Palace in Devil May Cry 4. So
Ooh.
the Bloody Palace is basically like 100 levels of fighting enemies that get progressively harder, and then at the end you're awarded a rank. I've never beaten it, and I'm, you know, I want to work through that and see, you know, if I can get a really good rank and do that. So that will be a bit of an ordeal. It takes quite a while, apparently.
I have
So
faith.
I'll try to.
You're gonna nail it. I know it.
I hope so. I've been doing a bit of practice, actually. I've been learning the moves and so on. So
Good.
I'll have to have a few sit-downs and try and get it done.
So, myself, I'm going to be playing. If one of you can give me a number between, let's say 1 and 50.
7.
20?
1 and 50. Give me a number between
7.
I'm holding a D20. It should be
7.
between 1 and 20.
Okay, 1 and 20. Give me a number between 1 and 20.
Hang on, I dropped the D20 on the floor after all.
Oh, fucking Christ.
13.
13.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Uh-oh.
I'm playing Fallout 4.
Oh,
no, sorry.
Yeah, that's
Can we use the one reroll?
Nick your son or your boss.
that is the number 14th game that I have installed. So there we go.
You should have advantage on that roll. Get the roll the better one.
No, it's right. That's what I'm
Whatever.
playing. But I did
Fine.
get Game of the Year edition, so I'm going to play some of the.
You know, so I should do that. I should do like install like 20 games and then do a D20 system and see. That would be really good for podcasts, I think, actually, just to like play this random crap that I've got in my.
Yeah, because I got a shit ton of games installed, but most of them are all just kind of like real tiny indie games I haven't got around to, like, I don't know,
Yeah.
things that we've
Is
been
this,
reviewing.
Oh, actually, on that note, another game that I'm really looking forward to is this cool game called Cypher, which is like it teaches you how to do cryptography.
Okay, that's
Oh
kind
my
of cool.
god!
I'm
What,
looking
like
forward to doing
Bitcoin
that.
and stuff?
No,
Not quite.
that's cryptocurrency.
Good call.
Although on the note of cryptocurrency, my granddad sent me some money when it was my birthday, and I called him, and he was like, "Oh, what are you going to be spending it on?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm going to put it into this
To Bitcoin.
exogenous cryptocurrency at 2.5% interest over a yield." And I just made up a bunch of random words, and he just went like after 10 seconds of dead silence, he just very loudly went, "What?" And I was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Grant.
Video games.
Yeah, I'll play video.
Mhm.
Video games.
Well, I can tell you guys what I'm not going to be playing, and that's my Nuzlocke because I've just lost it at the first gym.
Oh,
no.
Rip.
Yeah,
My boy is
so-
dead.
I'm sorry.
Wah!
Just start again.
Oh, fuck that.
Why don't you
Let's
why
not
don't you
talk
beat
about
that SMT Apocalypse which you bought and then
Oh,
never.
why don't you shush?
Just get
He's got you there.
just
Yeah,
get
you did,
Fallout
that's
with me.
true.
Get Fallout 4 with me, and we'll both play that. It'll be
No.
fun. Give it a
Bad
second chance.
game.
I'm just gonna mod the shit out of it.
Played
Yeah,
it.
just not it.
Yeah, I should just mod it. You're right.
Yeah.
He's got you. He's got you. nuts
Oh, I
in
forgot to
mind.
mention another game that I've been playing lots. No, mine next week. I'll do it next week.
Okay.
It's really
Save it.
Ooh, tune
Save
in
it.
next week to
Oh,
find
stinger.
out what it is.
It's
Nice tease.
Good taste.
Come back next week when Matt isn't on the podcast.
Yeah, that's true. You'll have to wait
Alright.
7 weeks for me to come back.
All right. See ya.
Well,
Bye.
Oh, we have to do the outro.
yeah, you're gonna do the outro. I'm sitting like, wait. What?
Oh,
All right.
Do,
Well,
do, 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 that's all.
How long is
folks.
this podcast?
Was that the
Oh,
outro?
don't-
2 hours.
Don't worry about the time.
No,
All
I
right.
want to know. Tell me
Um,
now, Robbie.
Well, I don't know how
Fucking
much
hell.
of recording before we started, but we've been recording now for 1 hour and 10
It's
minutes.
fine. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Okay. Do you like Matthew Nichols and the Insatiable Gamer?
I love Matthew Nichols.
Do you like the bit that's not Matt Nichols and just the Insatiable Gamer? Well,
Yeah.
That's where we are. We're on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Insatiable Gamer. We're on Twitter, facebook.com/The Insatiable Gamer. We're on Instagram, facebook.com/The Insatiable Gamer. We've got podcasts, which you're listening to now. We've got reviews. We've got our website where you can go and check out all our news. We've also got a Patreon where you can go and give us money and we'll do stuff for you that are better than making a Discord server, because we already have a Discord server.
Yeah, but
So
except
give
not
us-
cosplaying.
Yeah, we won't be able to cosplay, sorry. I mean, I could do a quickie cosplay if you want.
Do a
I got a
quick
Timo
load
hat.
cosplay.
So right now as well on our Facebook page, we have a giveaway up for Conan Exiles, which is closing on the 6th. So hopefully I get this edited before the 6th and you listen to it and you decide to go and enter it, because it'll be a good one. Spoiler alert, I didn't, but State of Decay 2 is live at the moment on the Facebook page. Check that out.
You get to have the big dongs in Conan Exile.
Yeah.
There's a
It's
whole
like-
podcast. There's a whole podcast where we talk about dongs because of Conan Exiles.
It was a good podcast. Oh, speaking of giveaways, wasn't I? I was going to give away a game, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, let's do this again. Pick a number between.
No, we're not giving away a game now. We're gonna go home.
Nah. I'll give away Friday the 13th Killer Puzzle. So
Oh,
all you've got to do is pick a TIG member that you would kill.
Jesus!
I don't know.
Wow.
And tell us why. And the funniest one will win.
Oh my
I
god.
don't know. Give-
Okay.
Good contest. Just send us these secrets, guys.
Yeah, Matt's dead.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want to check out our Patreon as well, we've got a whole bunch of stuff that you can get. You can join a Discord server for us, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff. If you like us talking about games, but you'd rather hear us talk about movies, we have another podcast called The Insatiable Filmer, which also comes out at around the same time this one does. It's real good. I really enjoy listening to it at work.
Not this week. It's good.
Okay, well,
Skip this week.
regardless. Okay, no, don't skip this week. Listen to it. We need the views. Also, we've got Facebook, we've got Twitter, we've got Instagram, The Insatiable Gamer, on all of those. And also go to our website, theinsatiablegamer.com and theinsatiablefilmer.com. If you like us and you think that we're funny, or you hate yourself and you don't know why you listen to this, recommend it to a friend or an enemy. Just tell everyone about
Yeah,
us. It's
rate
real
us on the podcast apps as well. That really helps us out quite a lot.
We've also got t-shirts and stuff available for sale, so go and buy those. We've got some with Matt's face on them. They're real good.
They are.
Anyway, and that should be it, I think. Is there anything I missed?
No, I think that's us. Thanks very much for
Okay,
listening.
bye.
Bye.
Bye. Go. See ya.
Right.